Jamie Hichens, Senior Manager of Talent Acquisition at Glassdoor. Welcome back to the second installment of How to Answer the 50 Most Common Interview Questions. Over the next 4 weeks, we're sharing the most common interview questions so you know what recruiters and hiring managers might be looking for. This week, we're tackling numbers 40 to 31. Number 40, what was the last book you read for fun? There's no right or wrong answer to this question, even if it seems out of left field. So if possible, try to relate to the interviewer by mentioning a book that they've possibly read that relates to their field or discipline. Or if there's a great book that you've recently read and loved, speak to why you prefer that genre or author. Number 39, are you a leader or a follower? The answer to this might seem obvious, but it's more complex than that. Companies want candidates with leadership skills, but they also want to know that you can back down to respect another person's leadership. Cite examples that demonstrate you're a strong leader, maybe that you stand your ground or inspire a team to do great work. Then show that you recognize you can take a supporting role for other people's initiatives. Number 38, if I called your boss right now and asked him or her what is an area that you can improve on, what would he or she say? This shows that you realize your strengths and have self-awareness. Tell the truth, but do so cautiously. Show that you believe in growing professionally and aren't afraid to admit you're not perfect. And share an area you need to improve on that isn't critical to what you're applying for, and follow up with how you're actively invested in improving upon it. Number 37, what were your boss's strengths and weaknesses? Your response indicates that you're aware and in tune of what it takes to be a leader and that you've considered your own management style. Show that you're fully aware of how your boss's actions impact the team, and be careful not to come across as overly negative. Less is more here. Number 36, what would your direct reports say about you? This question is asked to figure out your management style, and again, if you have self-awareness. Emphasize your strengths, but admit weaknesses and how you've made efforts to improve those areas. And if you're struggling to think of a particular strength or weakness, try sharing a word or key phrase from any LinkedIn recommendation or feedback you've received and build from there. Number 35, what gets you up in the morning? This question is to help pinpoint what motivates you. Be detailed and share specific examples. And be authentic and avoid stating what you think the interviewer wants to hear. Number 34, what are your career goals? The intention is to find out how long you plan to stay at a company, and if you're looking to be promoted quickly or eventually switch industries or roles. Do your research ahead of time and show that your career goals and expectations are aligned with how careers unfold in the company. And avoid an answer that shows you have no idea what you want in the future and that you're not satisfied in the role that you're interviewing for. Number 33, what is the name of our CEO? Do your homework and make sure you know who the key stakeholders are at the company. We also suggest reading the latest company news and review the company information on Glassdoor. Number 32, how do you handle pressure? Employers are looking for people who can handle the ebbs and flows of work, such as tight deadlines and demanding customers. Give examples that are rich in detail and describe a thoughtful reaction to a stressful situation. Number 31, tell me about a time when you disagreed with your boss. The interviewer wants to know that you're politically savvy and have the courage to speak up. Use an example that illustrates a disagreement where you were able to persuade your boss to try things your way and ultimately how it worked well for everyone. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments section. Be sure to check out the Glassdoor careers page for open positions with us. And please tune in next week as we uncover the next 10 most common interview questions.